What was that? An exhibition? We need emotional content.
I found a 35mm scan of Enter the Dragon, and as a huge Bruce Lee fan, this felt like finding gold. Not metaphorical gold, film gold.
Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
The kind of discovery that makes you cancel whatever normal task you were supposed to do and start inspecting grain at 1 in the morning. Enter the Dragon is not my favourite Bruce Lee film. I prefer the rougher Hong Kong films. Big Boss has that cheap, dangerous energy. Fist of Fury feels like Bruce Lee kicking through the walls of cinema. The Way of the Dragon is more personal, stranger, contains Chuck Norris arriving at the Colosseum to lose several important hairs. But Enter the Dragon is the monument. This is Bruce Lee becoming an international screen myth.
Odds don't hit back.
And seeing him move through a 35mm print, especially the mirror sequence and his half-brief demolition of a young Jackie Chan, it's like watching martial arts history happen before either man fully understood what it would become. Enter the Dragon is a strange film because the actual movie surrounding Bruce Lee is occasionally much less interesting than Bruce Lee. The story has a secret island, a criminal mastermind, an underground operation, a martial arts tournament.
That island, totally self-sufficient. All of his efforts, seemingly, are directed towards supporting what he calls his School of Martial Arts.
It is basically a James Bond film where somebody replaced the gadgets with extreme spinal flexibility. Sometimes it works beautifully, and sometimes it feels like Bruce Lee has stepped into a slightly cheap spy movie and is patiently waiting for everyone else to finish speaking so cinema can begin again.
In uniform. Outside.
But the atmosphere changes whenever Bruce enters. He doesn't simply join the film, he corrects its posture. The whole thing becomes sharper, faster, more focused. Everybody else is in an adventure movie. Bruce Lee looks like he has arrived to demonstrate a new physical language. People always talk about Bruce Lee's speed, and yes, the man moves like the footage has been accused of slowing him down, but speed is not the whole performance. What makes him magnetic is control. He can be completely still. His face changes before his body does, the eyes, that little shift in posture that tells you somebody nearby has made a serious error. Even the famous sounds are part of it. They're not random screaming. They release energy, punctuate the rhythm. They turn fight into performance without making it feel fake. When he moves, you can see the philosophy behind it. Remove what is unnecessary, be direct. Do not waste motion. Then we arrive at one of my favourite little pieces of film history. A young Jackie Chan appears as one of Han's guards, uncredited, barely established. Just another stunt performer entering the frame to be dismantled by Bruce Lee.
The best story for me, I think, when I was young, doing Under the Dragon, fighting with Bruce Lee. And I was behind the camera, waiting. I just see Bruce Lee. Then I just run up. Then you boom, pa! Suddenly, my eyes all black because a little dizzy, but it's okay. I look at Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee doesn't do anything. He look at everybody and keep acting, turn around, back until the director.
And once you know it's him, you cannot unsee it. There he is. Future global superstar, future king of action comedy, future survivor of more workplace accidents than the entire construction industry.
Tough, but then suddenly I don't know why I just pretend very painful. I just want Bruce Lee hold me along as he can. I said, during the whole day, every time he look at me like this, I said, okay. And I think that's the best moment. Then somehow he ran to me, what's your name? I said, my name, Jackie. What style are we learning? I said, Southern style.
And Bruce Lee grabs him, deals with him like a man returning a faulty appliance. It's not exactly the historic Bruce Lee versus Jackie Chan showdown people might imagine. There's no grand duel, no ceremonial meeting of legends. But that tiny moment is incredible in retrospect. One icon at the height of his powers, another still working anonymously in the background. Two completely different futures crossing for a second inside the same 35mm frame. The scan is especially good during the tournament material. And then there is the mirror sequence. This is the image I wanted to see most. Bruce Lee surrounded by reflections. It exists as posters, stills, tributes, parodies. Every action film eventually enters a room full of mirrors and hopes nobody remembers who got there first, apart from Orson Welles, of course. But watching it inside the film again, especially through the texture of print, the scene becomes stranger. The reflections multiply the grain. It's simple, visual, almost mythic. There's also a sadness attached to every frame. Bruce Lee died before Enter the Dragon received its major release, and he never saw what the film became. The global success, the iconography, the generations of performers inspired by it. This is what makes the scan feel valuable. Not because it makes Bruce more legendary, because it briefly makes the legend human again. So, no, Enter the Dragon is still not my favourite Bruce Lee film. The spy material can feel slightly silly, but when Bruce is on screen, none of that matters. The film becomes history, moving at full speed.
Do I bother you?
Don't waste yourself.
The small future legend named Jackie Chan accidentally wandering into the path of the current one.
You can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
The art of fighting without fighting?
And finally, Bruce standing in a room of mirrors surrounded by copies, refusing to be trapped by any of them. That image has followed cinema for more than 50 years. For a Bruce Lee fan, finding this was gold, not because the print turns him into a legend. The film already did that. The print reminds you the legend was once standing in front of a camera, moving faster than the future could keep up.
Okay.
Do you understand? Never take your eyes off your opponent, even when you bow.